Hey YouTube, it's James from the Wyvern Watch here once again with another deck profile. As you can tell by the title and indeed the cards in front of you, this deck is the Winged Dragon of Ra, my only God card deck. I decided to build a God card deck because I think it's a good thing to have a favourite amongst the God cards if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I picked mine. Mine's the Winged Dragon of Ra, of course. Not that I don't like the others, it's just that I think this is my favourite. And some of the artwork on these cards are absolutely fantastic, including the one you can see, of course, the Winged Dragon. I've gone for this print just because I absolutely love this. I think it's we should definitely do more of this type of artwork. I've got all of them in terms of the obelisk and Slifer, but I think I've got the Slifer one in a different deck. Oh, I think I've got it in Crystal Beast actually. But yeah, I've used the same sort of artwork in that one as well. But one of my favourites anyway. And there's a couple of the cards that I've had for a long time, and I just thought actually I found them one day and I thought actually we could build a Winged Dragon of Ra without having to get too much stuff together. So I've decided to do that today. Well, not today, I built it a while ago, but it's the first time I'm profiling it today. So let's get on with the profile itself. I'll show you exactly what I've put together. Now this may or may not be a good ratio of cards, but I'm sure those Winged Dragon of Ra faithfuls will let me know, I'm sure. As usual, guys, obviously if you do have a comment to make, please do make it, whether it's good or bad really, because obviously I want to hear if it's good, but if it's bad, then I need to know where perhaps I've gone wrong, and maybe you can put me in the right direction. So let me know anyway what you think of it. But of course we've got the Winged Dragon of Ra. I'm not going to go through that card, everyone knows what that one does, but it's just to demonstrate the artworks on these things as well. So but I've gone for 3 of them. I assume that is the correct ratio, to be honest, but I'm not entirely sure. The only other actual Winged Dragon of Ra card I've got here is the Immortal Phoenix as well, of course. I believe it's only need to be played at 1, but again, just brilliant, brilliant artwork. I can't see why anyone wouldn't like this one. But yeah, I need to learn some of the combos with regards to Winged Dragon, I think. But I've only played it a couple of times. But this is the card that I had in my collection a long time. And it might not be the best in the world right now, but I absolutely wanted to play all 3 of them because I had them, literally, I pulled them out of boxes on the original Dragons of Legends set. And I found them in my collection, and this is sort of what triggered building Winged Dragon of Ra, so I absolutely wanted to include those. Yeah, well, let's read the effect on this one. So when this card is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 Ra's Disciple from your hand or deck. So it basically special summons the other one out, and cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, or the Winged Dragon of Ra. You cannot special summon monsters by effect of Ra's Disciple. So, that's a quick, easy way to get the 3 materials out for the summon. Speaking of which, we've also got Guardian Slime, another way of getting 3 monsters on the board. So if you take battle, If you take battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. And during damage calculation, if this card battles your opponent's monster quick effect, you can make this card gain defense equal to that opponent's monster's attack during the damage calculation only. And if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can add 1 spell trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the Winged Dragon of Ra in its text. So it's the tool to go and get what you need in order to make the summon. That's basically it. So Guardian Slime at 3. And then this next monster will reveal the sort of mixed engine. I do believe you need some sort of engine. with the Winged Dragon of Ra deck, but I used to have a go at the Sun Avalon engine, because there's a combo there where you can quite easily get 3 monsters on the field for the tribute summon for Ring Dragon of Ra. But they've obviously limited it on some of the some of the cards on the ban list now, so I decided to try this one instead. I've had the cards for ages again, the Numeron engine, but it's back in, and that's the current package I'm running with the Ring Dragon of Ra. And if you control no cards except Numeron Wall, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, activate 1 Numeron Network directly from your hand or deck. You can only use the effect of Numeron Wall once per turn, and when your opponent, when you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, end the battle phase. So that's always a good little hand trap there as well, to be fair. Right, and then a couple of one-offs, because we do also have, I forgot about the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode. That should have been near the Phoenix, actually, to be fair, but just one of those now. And also 1 Reactor Slime, which is so the newer card, and I think goes back nicely with the original series, of course, that used similar cards. But during your main phase, you can activate this effect, special summon 2 slime tokens, aqua, water, level 1, attack 500, defense 500. Also, you can not normal special monsters for the rest of the turn except divine beast monsters. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can tribute this card, send 1 metal reflect slime from your hand, deck or graveyard. It can be activated this turn. Set 1 metal reflect slime, yeah, so which we also do run by the way. So. And we all know what Sphere mode does, but just the one on this deck at the moment. Because we're playing with the life points quite a lot, I thought this was appropriate as well. You'll have seen it in my last profile as well, with the Aroma deck, before and after series. If you haven't already seen that video, go ahead and have a look at it. But this time we've got the first edition, first prints of Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. But again, we know what that does, but it's there because of the life point situation with the Winged Dragon Ra itself. That's it for monsters, so we're on to spells, and of course we've got 3 Ancient Chants. Now this cost me an arm and a leg to get hold of when I was putting the deck together, which was a year or 2 ago now. But of course it's had a reprint now, so it's probably not as expensive anymore, but I imagine still pretty difficult to get hold of, but I imagine the value gone down on them. But yeah, you can't really run a God card deck essay without one of these, I would say. But we know what those do. Excuse me. And the next 3 off is the True Sun God, which you'd expect if we're running a Winged Dragon of Ra. I'll just run through this one now. So when this card is activated, add 1 Winged Dragon of Ra, or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So that pretty much, searches quite a few cards in this deck. Where are we now? Excellent Winged Dragon. Where are we up to, sorry? Your deck or hand, except the True Sun God. Yeah, so you can't search itself. Monsters except the Winged Dragon of Ra cannot attack the turn they are special summoned, full stop. And then once per turn during your main phase, you can send this card from the field or 1 Winged Dragon of Ra Immortal Phoenix from your deck to the graveyard, then send 1 Winged Dragon of Ra from your monster zone to the graveyard. So yeah, just sending the appropriate materials. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit poorly this morning. I keep slurring my words a little bit, don't I? Next 3 off, of course, is Soul Crossing, and why would you not? In this deck, taking full advantage of your opponent's monsters. But during the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 Divine Beast monster, and when you do, you can tribute a monster your opponent controls, or monsters your opponent controls, even though you do not control them. But if you tribute summon this way, apply this effect. Until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, you can only activate 1 card or effect per turn, not counting the effects of Divine Beast monsters. So it's a tricky one, but it is a quick play spell, so can be quite useful if you've got the Winged Dragon right in your hand, and obviously you've got enough monsters on the field to trip it off. Now alongside Wall, of course, we've got Numeron Network. I should think we all know what this does, but of course we've also got Numeron Calling to go and grab it effectively. So yeah, so the Numeron Calling is the one that obviously brings them out from the extra deck, isn't it? So if Numeron Network is in your field zone and you control no monsters, special summon up to 4 Numeron Gate XYZ monsters with different names from your extra deck, but banish them during the end phase, and you can only use normal or special summon once for the rest of the turn, which apparently is a fact that keeps getting forgotten about, but I need to make sure that I don't. Another card that was in my Dragon's Legend collection as well and never been used is Mound of the Bound Creator as well. So we've got 2 of these in the deck there as well, and of course Terraforming to search it out, along with Numeron Network, of course. So we're running a couple of field spells in this, but you know, I've kept them in really, really nice condition considering their age, and I really wanted to play with the older stuff that I already had around me as well, so I wanted to use that. A couple more one-offs. So we've got, of course, 1-for-1, Blaze Cannon, Millennium Revelation, a Gold Sarcophagus, which is only in there because it's theme fitting, and I've got the correct Monster Reborn as well, I believe, with the correct artwork in this deck as well. But excuse me. So those are your 5 spell one-offs, and while we're here, I'll just put on the 2 trap one-offs as well, because this is the end of the deck, main deck at least. So Metal Reflect Slime, obviously, as I mentioned before, we've still got that here, and then the Sun God Unification. You know what I'm like, I always wanted to make sure I try and play one of each card where possible. But I just thought that's quite fitting, because obviously it's got one of the Egyptian symbols on it, as you know, Gold Sarcophagus. We know what the others do, but 1-for-1, fairly obvious one. Okay, onto the extra deck, guys. This is going to be a bit shorter, I think, because I'm suffering with, I didn't realise how snotty I was, I'm sorry. But we've got Egyptian God Slime, of course, the alternative to the Winged Dragon of Ra. These are the original print, of course. They have now been reprinted. I might try and get them in higher rarity, I'm not sure yet. I also got 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, considering the field spells that we've got available. Always handy. And then we've got the number 27 Dreadnought, the Super Dreadnought Railcannon Gustav Max, and of course Super Dreadnought Railcannon Juggernaut Lieb. So those are the cards that you know, are not Numeron Network bit cards. The rest of them pretty much are, I believe, yeah, the rest of them are the Numeron Network. So I've got 2 of each. I'll show you them in a sec. But those are the other ones I'm running aside from those. And then the Numeron Network is stuff as well. So I have got number C1 as well, one of those. And then of course we've got 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 2 number 3s, and 2 number 4s. Nice and easy. And then just at the bottom there, I've got the proper slime tokens for the what's it called? The oh bloody hell, my mind's a blank today, isn't it? The reactor slime, that's the one I was looking for. So just to make sure we got the appropriate tokens for them, I always try to make sure that they're whilst I'm playing them, so I'm not relying on other people. But guys, that is the deck profile. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a snotty one. You can see what I'm going on there. I do love the artwork on it. I think it's just a fantastic card. Mixed with the new, I think I actually do prefer it with the Numeron Network cards anyway. So they'll be sticking. Let me know what you think. Appreciate your time today. Please do go carry on subscribing. We're now to, current this morning was 112 subscribers, so we've gained 12 more. Thank you very much for those who's joined us on this little venture of mine. It is only little. It's not, I don't think it's ever going to be massive, but it's just me talking about decks that I like, whether they're good or bad. Most of them are bad. But I still enjoy playing with them, and like I say, I just love some of the artworks on these, and this is one of the favourites. So thank you once again. I've blabbed on long enough. I'll see you for your next profile. Cheers. Bye.